Hi guys, it's Keeper here from the Backing Tracks Company. So guys, what I thought I'd share with you today is a few quick top tips that I've learned from my time as a guitarist from how to improve your soloing. Now let's get straight onto it. The first tip that I would recommend that any guitarist learns to do before they actually begin soloing is first of all, learn your chord tones. Learn the construction of chords, learn to know what notes are involved in the chord. The use of chord tones is really effective because when you actually know the notes that you're going to be playing within a solo, it actually makes it sound like you're actually putting a lot more thought into what you're playing. Although for you could just be improvising, by knowing which specific chord tones to hit, it can really help. A way that I would recommend you guys develop this idea would be to play a solo only using notes of a chord. So for example, if we are doing a D minor progression where we're starting in D minor and going to G minor, to D minor, to A minor, to G minor, and then back to D minor, only play the notes of the chord that is currently being played. Chord tone soloing is also a good way to develop your ear with jazz music. When you play jazz music, you're playing through a lot of different modulations and you're also playing through a lot of different keys and chords. Now having tone and chord knowledge, it really comes in handy here because it can really add an extra flavour to your playing which you wouldn't normally get just from playing up and down a major or minor pentatonic scale. The second tip that I would recommend to any guitarist is always use the notes sparingly. There is loads of guitarists out there who want to use every single note all the time, and to be fair, this works for some people, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day it just sounds unpleasant mess if you do this way too often, which unfortunately a lot of people do. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who do this really well. However, what you notice as well, they don't just absolutely hammer out the notes all the time, because at the end of the day, it's all about the feel. My third top tip for effective guitar soloing is always start your licks on offbeats. I actually found this out from university. One of my tutors there actually showed me this technique, and ever since then it's really helped improve my playing. Basically what you're doing here is emulating what singers do. When you listen to a singer, most of the time when they start a phrase, it always starts either before the beat or after the beat. However, if you listen to some of the best players, what you'll notice is that they always start their solos on an offbeat. The fourth thing that I recommend to you guys is do everything in phrases. Now the way that I always approach guitar solos is to emulate what brass players do. By doing this, it actually makes it sound like you're putting thought into what you're doing rather than just hitting as many notes as possible on the scale. Alright guys, I really want to thank you guys for sticking around and watching my top tips for effective soloing. If you guys have any suggestions about anything you would like to see in future videos, then please hit us up in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to take your suggestions. And guys, remember, happy playing. Take care.